Welcome to Football Scientific. I'm Aaron Sauter. I'm a writer for footballanalysis1.com and CFLnewshub.com. Here on Football Scientific, we're going to go through today and wrap up the loose ends from this weekend of football in the IFL, the ELF, the CFL, and also talk about NFL news. We're also going to go through our power rankings for the CFL and the ELF. We will not do power rankings for the IFL. They're starting playoffs this week. And power rankings are irrelevant once you start the playoffs in these leagues, okay? Before I get started, I'm going to introduce my co-host, Tyler the Tiger. Tyler the Tiger here. Fired up pretty good. Did you know that a lot of people on YouTube are making videos with AI? They're using ChatGPT, and they're not even making themselves in the video. They're just making a fake video with fake commentary. And everyone likes them. But that's stupid. You can just look it up yourself. You don't need a video. I know. We do it live. We're going to be like, I was watching some video this morning at like 4:15 before practice today. 4:15? That's early, bro. It's real early. Yeah, it's real early. But I was watching this video about how everything's becoming a simulation in our reality. And how, like, people making fake videos and fake all the fake pictures and fake things on social media are skewing actual observable reality and making it not real. But I know at Football Scientific, we are keeping reality real by doing it straight up, okay? We are not relying on AI. We are not cutting corners. We're not doing our makeup while we make the video. I could do my makeup while I make the video, but I'm not going to because I have integrity. And I want to make sure that I'm putting real football information out there. I know the Dunning-Kruger effect. The people who know the least think they know the most. And people who are dumb don't want to hear people who are smart. And that's holding us back, Tyler the Tiger. Holding us back? Yeah, it's holding us back. The dumb people who think they understand football don't want to listen to me talk about football for real because they don't want to feel dumb. Okay? But you're dumb. And listen up, you'll learn something here, kids. You'll learn something. Football Scientific. I can go real deep on these topics. I'm being proactive. I'm going on those AI websites and I'm putting our link on there. Football Scientific. You don't need no AI to tell you what to do. You don't need fake reality. Get out of the simulation. Get out of the matrix, man. Free your mind. Take the red pill. The blue pill. One of the pills. But don't take pills for reals, man. It's bad for your health. Unless they're prescription. Then you should probably take them, I guess. But free your mind. Free your mind with Football Scientific. That's what we're doing here. This may seem like a petty little thing. Just some random guy yelling about football. I'm not some random guy. I'm a guy with puppets. Puppets. And football knowledge. Knowledge. And we're sitting here breaking it down. Break it down. Break it down! Yeah! Okay, we're going to break it down. Here we go, Tyler. Sorry, we got a little preachy there. So, in the NFL, Seattle Seahawks running back Kenny McIntosh tore his ACL yesterday. Ow! He's out for the season, guys. Gone. LA Rams quarterback Matthew Stafford. He's carrying the weight of the LA Rams playoff hopes and is so heavy he has a sore back. So sore he's not going to practice this week or next week. Boo! Washington Commanders. Wide receiver Terry McLaurin broke down and decided to come to training camp without his new contract. But when he got there, he said, bro, my ankle's hurt. I can't practice. Not without a new contract. Ankle's hurt. Duh, I can't practice with that. So they put him on the PUP list. They're like, oh, okay, bro, you're on the PUP list. And he's like, good. Once I get a new contract, I'll be feeling fine. I'm going to go put my foot in the whirlpool. They didn't release cornerback Fentrell Cypress because they had to, re-add Torrey McLaurin to the active roster. Torrey Holt. No, Torrey Holt. This isn't the St. Louis Rams. Miami Dolphins. They have revised safety Minkah Fitzpatrick's contract. If you remember, they traded the Miami Dolphins, traded Jonnu Smith and Jalen Ramsey and a draft pick to the Pittsburgh Steelers for Minkah Fitzpatrick. Okay? Trade away cornerback. Trade away tight end. Get him. Safety. Now, I remember one time I went to a Bengals-Bills game in Cincinnati. And I sat next to Minka Fitzpatrick's family in the cheap seats. And they complained all the time. Buffalo Bills fans who say, let's go Buffalo, but no one says that. Shut up. Minka Fitzpatrick's family. Sorry. Alright, so what happened there? The Dolphins have changed his contract to give him $16.245 million as a signing bonus. He gets it up front. Boom. Guaranteed money. Can't beat that. That's going to keep him happy for 2 years. Now, if I'm Jalen Ramsey, I'm a little mad. $16.245 million cash. He's going to be able to buy a beach house. He won't have to worry about parking at the beach. If Jalen Ramsey would have done that, he wouldn't have to go to Pittsburgh and live by the stinky river. He didn't think about it, though. What will this signing bonus do for the Dolphins? Well, it frees up $11 million in salary cap space. That's pretty good. Okay. They're thinking about doing a multi-year extension for him, but they're going to see how he plays first, I think. Dallas Cowboys tight end Jake Ferguson signed a contract extension, 4-year extension for $52 million. $30 million guaranteed. They sign Jake Ferguson. He's the highest paid tight end in franchise history. You know who they haven't signed? Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons, the fans at training camp are chanting to pay Micah Parsons, and Jerry Jones is saying, nah, I'm not going to do it. If I get hurt, they're going to do it. They're just not doing it right now. I don't know why. I guess because he's an idiot. An oil idiot. Arizona Cardinals. Cornerback Starling Thomas. Guess what? Tore his ACL. Boom. Out. Boom. Get out. Everyone's tearing the ACL in camp. They're hurting their back. LA Chargers. Left tackle Rashawn Stowe. Or something like that. Got a 4-year contract extension from the Chargers, $114 million, $92 million guaranteed. He's now the highest paid offensive lineman in the NFL. I should probably learn his name. But I'm not going to. I don't care. He's the highest paid offensive lineman in NFL history. For now, Buffalo Bills activated tight end Dawson Knox and wide receiver Laviska Shenault. That's not Nabisco. You're thinking about cookies and crackers. Quit it. Cleveland Browns quarterback Kenny Pickett. Guess what? Hurt his hamstring. Boom. Now he's walking around feeling sad. Shedeur Sanders may get first team reps. No guarantee on that. They're saying he should go to the CFL. That'd be good. He'll be out in 2 games. It's a slow release. San Francisco 49ers. They have signed cornerback Eli Apple. 1-year deal. Cleveland Browns. Looks like if they have a bad year, which they are going to have, 5-12, they're going to pursue head coach Nick Saban to be their next head coach. They're going to forget that Nick Saban stank as an NFL head coach. He's only good when he has more talent. And that's not going to happen with the Cleveland Browns. He's only good when he has more talent than his opponents. That's why the only place he really won, Michigan State, yeah, 500. Kent State, yeah, below 500. LSU had better players. Alabama had better players. Miami Dolphins sucked. That's what the Cleveland Browns are going to do. I'm happy to see it. Don't get better, Cleveland. Don't get better. Let the Bengals beat you. Come on. We lost to you plenty. Let's win once in a while, man. Did it twice this year. Let's sweep them. New York Jets. Running back Breece Hall says he doesn't feel like he's going to be their long-term future at running back. Fantasy fans, fantasy owners, don't pick Breece Hall, man. He's already tapping himself out. He's like, they're telling me I'm awesome, but I'm not awesome here. I want to go home. I just want to go home. Please let me leave New York Jets. He's so sad. I wouldn't pick him. I got stuck with him last year. He got like 5 carries in the second half of the season. That's horrible. That's why I didn't make the stupid championship game in my NFL fantasy league. It's horrible, man. Okay, another horrible move. I'm glad I made a move on my keeper league, Yahoo Keeper League. Okay, Houston Texans running back Joe Mixon out indefinitely with the boot. They said he'd be fine. Now they're saying, not fine, bro. Not fine. Running back 1 is now going to be Nick Chubb. That's probably why they signed Nick Chubb. And you look back. They're like, why did they get Nick Chubb? They got Joe Mixon. Because Joe Mixon's hurt. New England Patriots. New England Patriots. Who cares? Miami Dolphins. They signed cornerback Mike Hilton from the Bengals, and they waived running back Nate Knoll. Yeah, the Dolphins are loading up on cornerbacks that are getting rid of Jalen Ramsey, and then getting Artie Burns hurt. I guess Mike Hilton's going to step in for Artie Burns. It does Burns. Artie. Torn ACL. Like another torn ACL. Dallas Cowboys offensive guard Rob Jones. He's been working with the starting group. Guess what? Broke his neck. Out 2 to 3 months. That's real bad luck, bro. Real bad luck. Dang Cowboys. Tampa Bay Buccaneer with the pro imaging. So that guy owns it's a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. And then some Dallas Cowboys fans started to speak up. I just told them to have a great thing. Get out of here. I got a new hat. It was good. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, rookie edge rusher David Walker. Guess what? Rookie edge rusher fired up, ready to make a big impact. Boom! Torn ACL out for the season. That's the message today. Quarterback Jalen Hurts is the first NFL player to, what do they call that? Endorse Sprite. Sprite. Yeah. Why would you drink Sprite when there's no caffeine? I only drink these pop products, these carbonated toxic waste drinks like Coke and Pepsi and whatever else, Dr. Pepper, when they have caffeine. Sprite doesn't have caffeine. What's the benefit? Nothing. It's just going to melt your teeth, bro. You got osteoporosis because of Sprite. Thanks, Jalen Hurts. Thanks for giving us osteoporosis. Cleveland Browns signed Michigan Panthers running back Toa. He was stocking shelves, went to the Michigan Panthers. Now he's been signed by the Cleveland. He probably wish he was stocking shelves again. He's like, why am I here? This place is horrible. Pittsburgh Steelers released running back Cordarrelle Patterson. Guess what? He cut himself. He put a tweet out saying, hey, they cut me on my day off like Friday. The movie Friday. If you don't know about the movie Friday, then get out of here. Get out of here. You leave. But Cordarrelle Patterson got fired on his day off from the Pittsburgh Steelers. Sad face for him. College football news. Colorado head coach Deion Sanders, boom. Bladder tumor. Cancer. Guess what? Magically cured for cancer. Now, that's not how this goes, Deion Sanders. That's not how it works. You get the tumor removed, they give you chemo, radiation, all that stuff. You're not all good. He's going to quit. I think he's going to quit the Colorado Buffaloes mid-season or something like that. Tampa Bay Buccaneers quarterback Baker Mayfield says rookie wide receiver Emeka Egbuka is really good. Okay. Arizona Cardinals they must have, they do interviews with the players, and they're like, "What do you think is really good?" He said, "Emeka Egbuka." And they're like, okay, cool, man. Arizona Cardinals, they signed former UFL Arlington Renegades defensive back Stephen Gilmore. They also signed defensive tackle Kion Bars. Detroit Lions signed UFL St. Louis Battlehawks cornerback Nick Whiteside. Buffalo Bills signed former Birmingham Stallions All UFL wide receiver Deion Kane. Arizona Cardinals signed Michigan Panthers defensive back Kenny H. Lovely. Kenny H. Lovely. That's lovely. That's lovely. All right, CFL had 2 games on Saturday night and Sunday night. I didn't talk about these yet. Saturday night, Winnipeg Blue Bombers go into Toronto. Probably should get a win in Toronto with Nick Arbuckle at quarterback for Toronto. Here's how it went down. Winnipeg Blue Bombers threw for 227 passing yards. Who? Chris Strebler and Zach Colaros. Chris Strebler threw a touchdown. Zach Colaros did not. Guess what Zach Colaros did throw? 2 interceptions. That's crushing. Blue Bombers ran for 115 rushing yards, 0 rushing touchdowns. He had 5 quarterback sacks though. Okay, played some defense. Toronto Argonauts, Nick Arbuckle, 351 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. That's a pretty good game for Nick Arbuckle. Or Winnipeg's defense is just real porous. Porous. They got 1 sack. But here's the number. They had 116 yards rushing. They outrushed them by a yard. Did they have a fumble? But Winnipeg had 2. What happens here? Toronto gets a 2nd win. Boo! Boo, Toronto! They get their 2nd win. They win 31-17 at home. Boo, Toronto. Hamilton Tiger Cats traveled to the BC Lions last night. BC Lions running back James Butler came out motivated. Remember, last offseason, the Tiger Cats told James Butler, "You're too old, bro. You keep getting hurt." Now he's a CFL's leading rusher. Whatever. BC Lions came out playing crazy. Hamilton Tiger Cats came back playing crazy. Bo Levi Mitchell threw for 389 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 interception for the Tiger Cats. That's a lot of touchdowns, although 1 interception. They ran for 97 rushing yards, 1 touchdown, 2 fumbles. That's bad. Jake Dalagala got the touchdown. Back quarterback. He used to play for Winnipeg. 0 sacks. He used to play for Saskatchewan. Sorry. BC Lions. Like I said, they jumped out in front early. Nathan Rourke threw for 289 passing yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. So they did a pretty good job there. Why did he get 0 touchdowns? Because James Butler ran, and James Butler and whoever else was out there. Jeremiah Mazzoli, another former Tiger Cat, ran for 151 rushing yards and 3 touchdowns. 2 for James Butler, 1 for Jeremiah Mazzoli. 1 fumble by James Butler. Good to see. 1 sack. So what's that mean? That means that fumble was real important. The Tiger Cats get a huge comeback victory. With 12 seconds on the clock, they score a touchdown to win 37-33. And they have won 5 games in a row. Great job, Tiger Cats. It's like we're living in 2019. Pretty cool. Montreal US. They released American wide receiver Lincoln Victor. Toronto Argonauts moved to the 6-game injured list. American quarterback Chad Kelly. He's injured because he's a jerk. Calgary Stampeders. National running back Ludovic Chiquette. He's been moved to the practice roster. Quit chiquetting. And maybe you won't have to stay on the practice roster. Ludovic. CFL Power Rankings, Week 8. Number 1, Saskatchewan Roughriders, 6-1. They're my hands down best team in the league right now. I know Calgary was it, but they got beat by Montreal. Who's number 2? Montreal, LUS, 5-2. And they beat Calgary. So they have to go up over the Tiger Cats because they beat the number 1 team last week. 5-2. Tied with Tiger Cats in the East. Number 3, Calgary Stampeders, 5-2. They've beaten everyone else below them. They even beat Saskatchewan, but they lost to Montreal because their quarterback got destroyed. And I think they're going to lose a few more games because Vernon Adams Jr. is not going to bounce back as quick as they think. 2 weeks for his concussion, man. 2 weeks. They're going to lose another game, I believe, next week. Number 4, Hamilton Tiger Cats. We're rolling. 5 in a row. Number 5, Winnipeg Blue Bombers. Losing 2 in a row. Feeling real sad. 3-3. Number 6, BC Lions. 5-2. No. 3-5. Might put 5-2. 3-5. They would be the crossover playoff team right now to knock off Toronto and Ottawa. They'd be in the East. Number 7, Toronto Argonauts. Big win over Winnipeg, but not that big. So Winnipeg's at number 5. Toronto's at 7. Makes sense. 2-5. Not good. Number 8, Edmonton Elks. 1-5. They lost again to Saskatchewan. And number 9, Alberta Red Blacks. They did not lose this week because they didn't play. 1-6. That's our CFL power rankings. Next, IFL. Last regular season weekend for the IFL. First, on Saturday night, Green Bay Blizzard traveled to Jacksonville Sharks. Jacksonville Sharks put their foot on the Blizzard's throat, Yeti's throat, and said, "Not so fast, my friends." It's foreshadowing what's going to happen here. Green Bay Blizzard, Max Myler threw for 229 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Ran for 162 rushing yards, 5 touchdowns, 1 fumble. 1 fumble hurts. 0 sacks. Jacksonville Sharks passed for 158 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. That's huge. 91 rushing yards, 3 touchdowns, no fumbles. Boom. They got a defensive touchdown off an interception. Boom. They got a sack. They win the game. 63-53. Both 10-6. Northern Arizona Wranglers travel to San Antonio Gunslingers. It's going to be a shootout in Old San Antonio. That's what my short said. Northern Arizona Wranglers came into San Antonio throwing for 130 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. Ouch. They ran for 76 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns. Okay. They had 2 sacks. All right. San Antonio Gunslingers threw for 113 passing yards. 4 touchdowns, 1 interceptions. Pretty good. 103 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns. They won the game. They won the game. Defensive touchdown on a fumble. They won 49-30 over Northern Arizona. They're 5-11. Northern is 2-14. Boom. Next, Tulsa Oilers travel to Quad City Steamwheelers. Quad City, number 1 seed in the East. Figured they had played pretty well here. Tulsa played pretty well too, guys. They did play pretty well, and Tulsa played pretty well too. Tulsa, 229 passing, 5 touchdowns. Sam Castronova is showing he's probably going to end up being like the first guy to win AF1 and the IFL National Championship. I just have a feeling though, maybe Alice plays out. Hopefully not. It's looking that way though. They ran the ball for 79 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns. They had 1 sack. Quad City Steamrollers with Daquan Neal. 193 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Pretty good, but not 5 touchdown passes. It's pretty great. No interceptions. 44 rushing yards. Ouch, that's not very many rushing yards compared to 79. 2 touchdowns, though. No sacks. Guess what happens? Tulsa Oilers win the game, 49-48 at Quad City. Quad City's 11-5, Tulsa's 10-6. This is setting up some really good playoff matchups for this weekend. Tucson Sugar Skulls travel to Vegas Nighthawks. Tucson Sugar Skulls got nothing to play for but pride. Vegas Nighthawks in the playoffs. Don't want to get anyone hurt. How does this play out? Well, Tucson Sugar Skulls went to Vegas. Threw for 91 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, and interception. Not great. It's been how I described their season. Not great. Next, 42 rushing yards, 0 touchdowns, 1 fumble. Not great. 1 quarterback sack. Not great. Tucson did not play great. Vegas Nighthawks threw for 106 passing yards, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. That's pretty good. They ran the ball for 106 rushing yards, 3 touchdowns. That's pretty great. 1 sack. Guess what? Vegas wins 55-18. Stomping. Tucson Sugar Skulls going 10-6. It's going to be a mess in these playoff shows. Wide open. Wide open. Last night, Arizona Rattlers traveled to San Diego Strike Force because of the way things played out. Did not matter for Arizona Rattlers. They were going to host the San Diego Strike Force no matter what because of Vegas being the 4th seed. They're going to go travel to Bay Area Panthers. So Rattlers had nothing to gain it. They did play pretty hard. They used a bunch of quarterbacks. They tried to get a good look at their roster, I think. San Diego was motivated to win at home. Last regular season game of the year. Rattlers threw for 97 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Ran the ball for 86 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 fumble. 0 sacks. San Diego Strike Force threw for 217, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Pretty good. They only rushed for 25 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns. Usually will be a loss, but like I said, Arizona didn't seem like they were into it. They need to already host in San Diego next week. They didn't want to get one hurt. Okay, so with that in mind, there are no IFL power rankings anymore. That's done. But here's the playoff slate for next week. First, in the East, Saturday, August 2nd, 4:05 p.m. Eastern on the IFL Network. We got the Jacksonville Sharks, who are 10-6, traveling to Quad City Steamrollers, 11-5. They lost at Quad City last time they played there. But playoffs, new season, wide open. I got Sharks winning that game. This isn't that day, but it's true. Sunday, August 3rd, 4:05 p.m. Eastern. We got Tulsa, number 3 in the East. Tulsa Oilers, 10-6. Traveling number 2, Green Bay Blizzard, 10-6. Last time they played in Green Bay, it went to double overtime. Sam Castronova looks like the player of the year in the AF1 and IFL. He was really good last year for San Antonio. I'm calling Tulsa for the upset over Green Bay. I got 2 upsets. That's how it goes in the IFL, man. It doesn't matter what you are, where you're playing. Better team, hotter team goes. Jacksonville and Tulsa, hotter teams. They're both going to win and end up in the Eastern Conference Championship game. Western Division. Sunday, August 3rd, 8:05 p.m. Eastern. Number 4 Vegas Nighthawks traveling to Bay Area Panthers. I'd like to say Bay Area's going to win that game. But Vegas can knock them off, man. All these teams are even. Vegas can knock them off. All it takes is a few bad plays by Bay Area, and then they lose. Monday, August 4th, 10:05 p.m. Eastern. Number 3, San Diego Strike Force at number 2, Arizona Rattlers. That's why the Rattlers held back. They're both 10-6. Someone's got to win. I think Arizona's going to win. That's my call, at least. Finally, in the ELF Week 11, we had several games on Sunday. Hamburg Sea Devils traveled to the Stuttgart Surge. Sea Devils ran a pass ball for 83 passing yards, 0 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. That's going to get you beat. 101 rushing yards, 0 touchdowns. They did intercept 1 pass, so they only really intercepted 2 passes. Stuttgart Surge, 291 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, an interception. 145 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, 3 sacks. Win the running game. Stuttgart Surge wins 48-0. Boom. They're 8-2. They're the last team to not win the division. Next, Berlin Thunder, 3-7, traveling to Rhine Fire, 6-4, defending ELF champions back-to-back years. How did this go down? Well, it went down as I expected. Berlin Thunder threw the ball for 94 passing yards. Ouch. 0 touchdowns, 1 interception. They ran the ball for 115 rushing yards and 0 touchdowns. They had 2 quarterback sacks. Ryan Fire threw the ball for 393 passing yards. 300 yards more in the passing game. 9 touchdowns, 0 receptions, 109 rushing yards. They lost the ground game, but they destroyed them in the passing game. And with more touchdowns. 9 touchdowns. Ryan Fire wins 69-7. Prague Lions, trying to get to the playoffs for the first time ever. Traveled to Helvetic Mercenaries in Switzerland. Prague Lions, 134 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. That's a pretty good game. 203 rushing yards, 4 touchdowns. Pretty solid. They intercepted 5 of Helvetic's passes. That's real good. Had 2 sacks. Helvetic had 209 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. You're going to lose, bro. They had 120 rushing yards and a touchdown. They had 1 sack. Guess what? Prague wins 60-20. Boom. Smacking them. Next, Wrocław Panthers need a win. They're one of those teams fighting for a playoff spot, the last playoff spot. Munich Ravens trying to win the division. What happens? Wrocław throws the ball for 214 passing yards, 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions. 143 rushing yards, 1 touchdown, 1 sack. Munich Ravens pass the ball for 150 passing yards, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. 189 rushing yards and 4 touchdowns. They beat their butt. 4 sacks, no receptions. That's a good game. Wrocław gets beat 34-14 by Munich Ravens. Munich Ravens look like the real deal. They won their division too during the playoffs. Nordic Storm, undefeated. Frankfurt Galaxy, losing hope. Maybe. Here's how it went down. Nordic Storm on the road, 381 passing yards. That's a lot for Jadarian Clark. 2 touchdowns. 4 interceptions. He melted down. Finally. 43 rushing yards, 1 touchdown, 1 fumble, 1 sack. Jadarian Clark melted down. Frankfurt Galaxy, 273 passing yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Not that bad. 149 rushing yards, 1 touchdown. Not that bad. They intercepted 4 passes and had 1 defensive touchdown. Not that bad. 2 sacks. Guess what? Frankfurt Galaxy wins 35-20. Upsetting the Nordic Storm. The first game the Nordic Storm have lost ever. During expansion doing that. Whatever. Here we go. Concluding our ELF Power Rankings. 16 teams. Number 1, I got Nordic Storm still 9-1. Number 2, Bennett Vikings, I got a 9-1. Number 3, Munich Ravens got a 9-1. Number 4, Stuttgart Surge got them 8-2. Number 5, Madrid Bravo 7-3. Number 6, Paris Musketeers. If they win out, then they get to keep the 6th spot. No one plays this week. Everyone has a bye. But 2 games after that, they win both. They're in the playoffs. Ryan Fire 6-4. Got to win 2. Win the last 2. You're in the playoffs. Prague Lions win the last 2. You're in the playoffs. Something tells me all 3 teams can't do that mathematically. Number 9, Frankfurt Galaxy, big risers to back in the top 10 for beating the Nordic Storm. Number 10, Wrocław Panthers, fizzling out, 5-5, number 10. 2 Roll Raiders, 5-5, number 11. It's over, Rover. Berlin Thunder, 3-7, number 12. Number 13, Hamburg Sea Devils, 2-8. Please, no gravy. Number 14, Fairbairn Fronters, 0-10. And number 15, Helvetic Mercenaries, 0-10. And then finally, Cologne Centurions, 0-10. I'll probably use that. All right, so that's the show for today. We wrapped up the loose ends of the weekend. We did some ranting about the Tiger Cats winning 5 in a row. What do you think, Tyler? It's a pretty good show, I think. We did our best. We went hard. Remember, pick real content, not the AI junk. AI slop is slop. We're the real deal, bro. That's right, we are the real deal. Remember, if you want to see some football, NFL content, go to footballannounced1.com. I got approval today to write an article about what to watch for in preseason games. Thursday, preseason game, Detroit and San Diego. Hall of Fame game. Next, if you like CFL, CFLnewshub.com. Keep everything posted there. And then if you like Football Scientific, subscribe, boop, like the video, boop, you can see more videos. Let's kill the AI. Let's climb to the top of YouTube. Football Scientific. Boop, 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 boop.